Hello, I'm Carolyn Black-Sotier, and welcome to smARTS, your guide to the arts and culture in Baltimore County. Here's what's ahead. Baltimore County Executive Kevin Kamenetz joins us for a look at how the arts in Baltimore City are central to our great quality of life right here in Baltimore County. Next, we'll tell you about an incredible exhibit that traces Central America's unaccompanied youth who on their own have fled their homes and are now reunited with their families in Maryland. Then we'll find out what an art extravaganza is and introduce you to one of the event's featured artists who illustrates his masterpieces in chalk. Next, it's curtain up as we look forward to another exciting season with Pumpkin Theater, the region's premier children's theater. We'll preview a musical gala slated for this October that celebrates the genius of George and Ira Gershwin. And finally, we'll get smarter with some artsy gift ideas. There's a lot ahead, so let's get started. We are especially pleased to welcome our next guest, Baltimore County Executive Kevin Kamenetz. Arts and culture have been part of his life since he was just a kid, evidenced by his appearance on stage at the budding age of 10, but more on that later. Previously as a Baltimore County councilman and now currently as county executive, his support for the arts remains strong. Mr. County Executive, welcome to smARTS.
Well, you know what? History is repeating itself. I feel like we're here from a dozen years ago with you interviewing me on our Comcast moment
here.
On
county council. How long did you serve on the council?
16 years.
Yeah, and the council is very key and also supporting the arts, as is the county executive. And
well,
so now
they pass
you've seen
upon
it
the budget,
yeah,
of course.
Right.
And the council can't add to the budget, but they can cut from the budget.
Yeah, so everybody has a role in that.
And an interest.
Yeah. Now, you juggle a lot of budgetary issues, and there are a lot of demands on the budget. Tell me what your sense is about your philosophy about the arts support from the county.
Well, first of all, I think it's a vital component of our budget and, of course, for our citizens. Yeah. We budget about $2.8 million annually to various arts, cultural and humanity institutions throughout the region. So it's not necessarily just those based in Baltimore County, but also the city, because we view all of them as regional attractions. You know, when you talk about why we do things, I think we have to give thanks to our parents and our teachers, because they're the ones who instill an interest in the arts when we are young.
Yeah.
So of course, my mother would drag me to
drag you.
Of course. I mean, it's Saturday morning to go to the Maryland Academy of Sciences class, which now is known as the Maryland Science Center. Yeah. But also she dragged me along again to the BMA, the Baltimore Museum of Art, when she would go, and enrolled me in classes at Center Stage. And a school trip to the Walters, in 4th grade or 5th grade. Yeah. And, all of these different exposures that children have. And of course, what child doesn't go to the Baltimore Zoo?
Right, right.
All of these exposures really, for a child, really help develop that foundation and appreciation of arts and culture.
We live in Baltimore County, and we want to have as much going on in the arts here in Baltimore County as possible. But also, as you mentioned, there are really important arts organizations in the city, and I guess some people feel that arts has no boundaries. And I would imagine from what you've said, your philosophy is the same.
Well, interestingly, the majority of the visitors in the regional institutions that happen to be located in the city are actually county residents.
Interesting.
So the Hippodrome, the majority of the attendees are county residents. Center Stage. If you go through a lot of these locales, the BSO, of course, they really are institutions that we are part of.
Yeah. Now we mentioned that, and I said maybe you give us a little bit more information later. You actually were on stage at a very young age. In what capacity?
I was a child actor for a little while.
Now you're an adult actor. You're a politician now.
Well, it does give you training, and you learn to project.
So you were a child actor. So where did you appear on?
At Center Stage, I was in a couple productions there.
Did you have a did you have a character name, or were you just like
No,
chorus member?
I had real roles. When they were, when they had I think in 1967 I was in A Penny for a Song.
Oh my goodness.
And that was my role was a small boy, which I was. I played that well.
Okay.
Didn't have much improvisation to do.
Okay, so any chance we'll see you on stage soon again?
Well, I think I'm on the political stage now,
Okay.
and that's
well, that's where we like you, to be honest.
Well, I'm sticking with my audience.
Okay.
I know not to push the boundaries here.
But we thank you again also for all your support for the arts and
Hey, listen,
sciences and humanities here in the county.
I thank our residents because they're the ones who are supportive of it, and that's really what makes Baltimore County a great place to live. It's a vital part of our economy.
Hear, hear. Perfect line to end that interview. Thank you, County Executive. And we hope you're ready to take advantage of all the arts and culture experiences in the Baltimore area. Here are some ideas for your calendar.